going into a hostile environment. These fans are ready to knock them off course. Glad to have you with us in Evanston, Illinois. Ryan Field, home of the Northwestern Wildcats. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Northwestern Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis. The Wolverines will boot it away to start the game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Wildcats offense takes the field for the first time today. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Polly.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. To the air, it's Farrell. Lofts one high and deep. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Hunt is on its way. He's got it. He gets a block. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. So Michigan's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And we've got a superb matchup to watch here, David. One of the best quarterbacks in the country. And how much will he be willing to challenge one of the best corners in the land?
Well, and it's going to be more interesting to me, Jesse, do they let him make it? Like, does he choose to go after him and believe in his ability and believe in his matchups, or do they stay away from him? Because a lot of people stay away from him. He's that good out wide that you don't want that smoke. And I'm interested to see, Jesse, if he has the onions to go after the corner and try to make plays.
Well, one thing we know about him for sure is he's a believer in his own arm talent. He's the kind of guy that thinks he can fit the football into the smallest windows, but you're right. He's got to pick his battles and be careful when he decides to attack this guy because he has picked off some really good quarterbacks in the past, and you know he's just licking his chops hoping for a chance to get it.
The Wolverines line up trying to move the sticks on third and short. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the grab at the 10. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
You know, sometimes as a play caller, you just don't have to overthink things. I've got a guy who's faster than your guys, and he's just going to run straight down the field. I'm going to throw it way down the field. He's going to make the catch, and we're going to score a touchdown, and that's pretty much what just happened there.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be turning it on. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible because he'll make it happen.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he makes the extra point. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So here comes the Michigan offense. Looking for a man. It's Gilmore. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? Pass completion, move the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. And the spin move bought him a little time, just not a lot of yardage. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season. And, man, you know he's looking for more.
And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying the left side. Nice move there. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup. The Wolverines in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to go up top. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. They'll try to get the first through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Rousseau. He'll come through on third down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He's got it, and he will score! Touchdown, Wolverines! That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the score.
Yeah, it had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering him. It'd be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know you guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. And he's coming out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. This new Big Ten is balanced and deep, and you're not going to get many mulligans. You're going to need to get off to a quick start.
And it's going to be a physical grind ahead. You look at the schedule for these teams, it's brutal. Each and every week, you are going to get tested. So it's important they get off to a really fast start. They've got to come out, pick everything they did on the practice field this offseason, and let these guys go play.
Yeah, and you got to let it rip, man, because that's always your first goal, right? We talk about conference championships, winning your conference, and then it gets you to where you need to go. So looking forward to getting conference play kicked off in the Big Ten.
Off the play fake. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Looking to throw, it's Farrell. Under fire. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Northwestern will send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. No return coming here as he signals for the fair catch and makes it right around the 30-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Looking to throw on first down. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. And the Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Wants to throw on 3rd. Grabbed in the middle, it's Meyer. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. To the ground with the back. Jukes his way for more. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. They'll try the left side. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Wolverines come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Surging forward on the sneak. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up.
Breaks into the open. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Yeah, that's a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
The Wolverines with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to throw, it's Gilmore. Works the middle. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. The field goal is no good, and the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a miss and a missed opportunity.
The give. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. We're off to a fast start here. Offenses are humming as we're in the final minute of the first quarter. Back to pass on 2nd down. It's complete to the left. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And the Wildcats are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Quickly to the tight end. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. Northwestern will have to punt it away. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. A blown opportunity, missing that short field goal. Oh, he's got some space. The 30, the 20. Touchdown, Michigan. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big one in the Big 12, and take a look at how things are playing out here. Texas Tech is currently ahead in this one. The Jones is just jam-packed today, but the Scarlet and Black have struggled to really pull away. They're up by a field goal over Baylor. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about in this one, the Big 12, or anywhere else in college football.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Dropping back, it's Farrell. Hit as he throws. Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. Northwestern will send out the punt team. He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, QB, throw that thing out there?
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
Tries to slither forward on the sneak.
Offside, defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach. You know. And
there he goes. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They give it to him again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Gilmore. Bringing the heat. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. And it took everything he had, but he barely gets it in there. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Well, this offensive coordinator has to be scratching his head because he's trying to keep his quarterback protected. He's trying different things, sliding the offensive line, keeping tight ends and running backs in, chipping, going empty, and getting the ball out quickly, but it's not working. They're just losing the one-on-one battles up front, and in the second half looking forward, I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it.
Northwestern will have to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. To the air. It's Gilmore.
And the quickest way to blow up the run game is those interior big boys. Those defensive tackles getting in the backfield really quickly and making that ball hurt.
Man, that D tackle was in the backfield in a hurry. The big man is nimble.
Nimble, fast, quick, athletic. That's just all words you describe defensive linemen with.
And the Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets to give. Creates a little room. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Wolverines are marching down the field. The give on the option. Smashes ahead. Touchdown, Wolverines! Excellent pass by the back on the option. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive.
Hold on.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Looking for a man. It's Farrell. Fires to the wideout. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Back to pass. He's got him. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up 4th down. Northwestern will send out the punt team. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Let's see what he can do with it. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. They'll move the wide receiver. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Looking to the big tight end. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Catch in the middle. It's Babers. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. To the air on first down. Looking down the middle. With the catch, it's Babers. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Leaves it with the running back. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. Makes the grab on the left. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a first down at the 12. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Running back searching for a hole. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Caught behind the line. It's Nicholson. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that 3rd down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Back to pass, it's Farrell. Here's the pressure. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Here's a heat. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. Northwestern will have to punt it away. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And he's got it at the 10.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in a first half.
This offense has put on a display in the first half, and they have a chance to tack another one on before the break. They'll try to get it in with the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Trying play action. He's got it and still on his feet. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. After giving up that big play, this defense has been a rock. 3rd and goal coming. Took a shot as he threw.
Man, they just couldn't find the hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes. But 4th and short. Now, decision time, baby.
Absolutely perfect. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy, but a nice stop here.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. Two workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. Call it ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant, and I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Northwestern will kick it off as we start the third quarter. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So here comes the Michigan offense. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. Fights off a defender. Just shedding tackles. At the 45 on his way. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle.
You're going to win a lot of games if you can generate explosive plays. That's what we've seen in recent weeks from this football team, but this offense, man, they are every defensive coordinator's nightmare because of the players they've got lining up all over.
And the Wolverines just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Caught in the backfield. It's Vincent. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Scanning the field, it's Gilmore. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. They run the reverse. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. And how about this? They're going to send the kicker out there to try to put a thunderfoot into one. As someone once said, from way downtown, bang, outside of 60 yards.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. They're going to open this drive with a pass. They've avoided the interception all day, but they're lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Immediately fires to the middle. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is.
Holding.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Leaves it with the back. Makes his man miss. And they're able to get him on the ground. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to throw. It's Farrell. Pressure coming. Lining up to convert 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And everybody in the stadium knew that was going to be a pass, right, guys? I mean, it's 3rd down. You're trailing by so many points right now, and the defense is just smelling blood in the water. They're like sharks out there right now, getting after the quarterback. They've been doing that all game, by the way, and that's a trend that looks like it's just simply going to continue.
Northwestern will send out the punt team. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The give to the back. Oh, what a move. Fighting off the defender. And he was running with authority, especially with that stiff arm for a solid gain on the play. They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. The Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll pull it on the read. Got the 1st down. Looking for more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Makes a catch right in the middle of a danger zone. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. They think there's room to run to the right here. Turning it off. Headed to the end zone. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Michigan. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, you could make a good case. This is the game of the week in the Big 12. Texas is trailing, but they are within striking distance.
No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent